Alright, I tried to make a video in the hood, but you couldn't really see it, so I'm just going to pretend and do this the best I can. So here's a pretend pawl set, or pretend, unit. So I'm going to pretend, I've already kind of played with this, but there's the cord blood, here's the spikes, those were open when I put them in, and then I've got my syringe hooked up, and that line's closed, and then I usually have the clamp on the bag open. So I'm going to go ahead and open that. So this is how I do the transfer to the pawl set. So the only line that I would have closed is the line to the rinse. And I don't even know if I've got that attached at this point, but what I do is spike the bag with these two open and the clamp to the bag open, and then I let that run in. And then what I do after that runs in is close the clamp to the bag and then open the clamp to the syringe. And then I just sort of push that up into the bags, and you can see it pretty well goes into both of them. And then I just sort of shake it, and you can kind of manipulate which one's into which one. So I never close those two clamps. Then the only thing I do is I'll close the syringe and open the main bag and let that run in. And then if I've got a little more rinse or I want to push some air, I do the same thing. I just close the main clamp, open the syringe, push that in, and then close it, open again, and let that drain into the bags. And then I just kind of squeeze those with my hands to get everything out, and then I'm left with a pretty good line. So all I do after that, sorry, I'm trying to do this with one hand, is just close the main clamp and then just sterile connect that. So I don't ever use these two clamps, but if you guys do, I don't know, Mary Beth, I was trying to remember when you taught me, like, it seemed like whatever I was doing when I played with it a little bit, I was like, oh, that seems easier not to close them and just run it in and keep the main bag closed, and then you can just push the rinse up into the bag and kind of squish it around. And I usually get a pretty good rinse from that. So, alright, well, you guys can let me know what you think. I guess my thought was on the new bag that we're designing, just to, if it would take off some of the bulk or confusion to get these clamps off, and maybe just leave a clamp on the main bag. And even on the syringe line, this line is going to be about that long, and they're going to put one of the little Hockey Roberts needle-free adapters on the end, so we can just hook the syringe straight to it. So I don't know if we need a clamp there or not, just because if you don't push through that, it's not going to be open unless you use the syringe. So I'll just see what you guys think. The guy from Chartamed was wanting to know today, so he can mock up another one for us. But otherwise, the set looks really good. So, all right, I'm going to email this, and then you guys can let me know your thoughts.